let's all step to our mats together with intention. Come to a wide-legged standing position, toes slightly pointed out. And just go ahead and raise all 10 toes off of the earth, and starting with that pinky toe, place one down at a time, taking note of which foot is a little more gifted today than the other. Go ahead and just bring your hands to whatever place on your body is calling you. Maybe it's your heart, maybe it's your third eye, maybe it's your sacral chakra, but just any place. It doesn't have to be together. Just close down the eyes and immediately connect to that breath and just go to the place where you feel your hands are needed. Coming to our comfortable standing position where you feel strong, making any adjustments that you need, and just bringing it all within. I like to picture a mat space as a judgment-free zone where we let go of expectations, comparisons, any other worries that are going on in our mind, our body. And just take these next couple of breaths to fully drop in. So working on extending our inhales, inhaling through the nose, breathing in that cool air through the nostrils, and then we'll exhale the warm air out of an open mouth. Do this 2 more times, inhaling. Nice long extended inhale and same length of the exhale, audible sigh. Feeling free to go as loud or as deep as you'd like with these. On the next inhale, our arms are going to reach out and up. Palms can find each other, elbows can bend, hands can drop behind the head. And on an exhale, the arms will just lower down, reaching out in a circle, and then sort of finishing the circle across the body. On an inhale, we'll rise back up, incorporating the legs, extending them, fingers reach up nice and tall. And then exhale, other arm will come in front. Just think about tracing this circular line across the body. Hands can be a little free form. Don't feel like what I'm doing is exactly what you need to be doing. We're just finding our breath and then adding some simple, gentle movement to it. So on the next exhale, we'll begin to continue with that motion, but we'll twist to the left, bringing our right hand in front, and the left hand will just continue in that line behind us. Inhaling, reaching up tall. Exhale, tracing that circle, and then adding just that little shift. Left hand in front, right hand behind. Inhale, rising up. And I'll just invite everyone to expand this motion as much as you'd like. It can be pretty small, or it can go full send if you want. If you'd like to, you can begin to bend that left knee in as we turn towards the right, reaching the arms out away. Inhale, rising up tall. Just feeling comfortable with knowing where you're going. Not so worried about exactly where I'm going, but knowing that your body knows the right direction to head. Just do one more breath. Next inhale, arms come up, toe heel, the feet in together so they're hips width apart. And then exhale, arms will open out wide, elbows peel away, prana mudra, lifting through the heart. Hands come to our lower back and fists. Inhale, we shift the hips forward, pull the shoulder blades back together. Head tips up towards the ceiling. And on the exhale, we'll begin to hinge at the waist, coming towards Uttanasana. You can slide your hands down the backs of your legs, giving yourself a little love along the way. Bending deeply in the knees on an inhale, rise up, rounded back. Hands come to the lower back again. We shift the hips forward, pulling the elbows, shoulder blades together. Shifting gaze up. Exhale, keeping this openness through the chest as we melt down towards the earth. Do that one more time. Inhale, rising up, feeling the upper body be heavy on the way up. And then inhale, maybe finding a little deeper opening as we pulse through this. Here, finding ourselves in a forward fold, completely releasing here, feeling free to bend in the knees as much as you'd like, and as generous as you'd like. We'll just play with the distribution of the weight in the feet. We're looking for relaxed head, neck, spine here. Ribs can be hanging on our quadriceps. If you'd like to add a little movement, you're welcome to, or if stillness is what you're seeking, just find it. Staying connected to our breath. What we're looking for today is to allow our breath to lead the way. Begin to place our right hand into the center. Right knee will bend on an inhale. This left arm will drift up, opening into a gentle twist. Exhale, that left hand drops down and takes place of the right. Left knee bends. Inhale, right arm just makes its way up. Exhale, lowering down. Just one more time each side. Inhale. Exhale to lower. Doing what we can throughout our practice to stay with this controlled, extended breath. Finding that full release. Here we'll plant our hands on the earth. Every time we do so, we do with intention. Spreading the fingers wide. We're about to put our weight into our hands. Very empowering gesture. We'll step back one leg at a time. Inhale, finding our plank pose. On the exhale, we'll go ahead and lower the knees towards the ground, finding just a little hover for a moment. On inhale here, nice and strong, pulling the core in, and then exhale, knees will drop down. On an inhale, hands reach out in front on Anahatasana, our heart-melting pose. Hips stay high, stacked above the knees. Exhale, pulsing down, gazing through the hands. Chest lowers to the earth. On the pulse, inhale, we round the back, gaze shifts between the knees. And then exhale, lower down again, switching that gaze. I'd like to stay up on the fingertips for this pulse, allowing space to grow through our heart. It's literally heart-melting pose. Feeling that heart hopefully make its way towards the ground eventually if it's not there already. Here we'll place our hands nice and wide, elbows lower. And then we'll extend our legs out one at a time, make our way into a forearm plank. Taking a big inhale in preparation, think about spreading the shoulders, pressing out away from the ground. Shoulder heads pull in, press out of the shoulder joints. And on the exhale, heels will shift over to the right. So be on the inner edge of that left foot, outer edge of that right foot. Inhale brings us back up through center. And exhale, heels shift to the left. Nice and slow, just having a little core cultivation and also becoming comfortable with this shift across the ball of our feet, switching from one edge of the foot to the other. If you need to take a break, or this isn't for you, you can always come down to the knees. But we'll be incorporating this shifting, this rotation of the feet into our flow today. So we're just going to get comfortable with it. Just inhale, find yourself in our forearm plank, nice and strong, tucking the tailbone, hips in line with the shoulders and heels. Exhale, hips lower down, finding ourselves in Sphinx pose. Hands can slide slightly out, elbows in front of the shoulders so that we grip down into the earth, to the mat, and then use that grip on an inhale. We spread the shoulders wide, pulling the chest through. Nice. On an exhale, our gaze will drop down to our right shoulder. On an inhale, we'll stay to the right but shift up to where the ceiling meets the wall. Exhale, it's going to come across through center towards the left shoulder. Begin to make a little figure 8 motion with your breath. Always a wonderful time to close down the eyes. Really feel, but then taking little notes about what's going on in the body today, what's going on in the mind. Switch directions here. If there's any place that needs a little extra love, you can take the time to find it always. Your body, your practice. Especially when I can't see you. Next exhale, we'll extend our arms all the way overhead, allowing the forehead to touch the earth, coming to pranam for a moment, or full prostration. Just enjoying this full support from underneath. On an inhale, we'll extend the arms, the hands and feet away from each other, feeling this natural drift off of the earth. On the exhale, lower down. Inhale brings us up. Natural rise from spreading the limbs away from each other. Nice. Some of us here in New Zealand will just continue with this. We're about to be allowed to do some of our activities again, so I'm going to take this opportunity to add a little surfing, paddling preparation. So if you want to join me in this, we'll just hold our Shalabhasana, but we'll add our paddling motion, picturing pulling that water from front to back. The waves about to crash over us. Nice, and then we'll all lower down, dropping that right cheek to the earth, maybe shifting the hips side to side. Take one more Shalabhasana, interlacing the hands behind you this time. Inhale, head, crown of the head radiates in opposition from the toes. Neck is just an extension of our spine, so we keep it in line. Exhale, lowering down, left cheek touches the earth. Adding a little shift, or maybe finding stillness that works for you. Yoga is all about feeling good. So we honor where we are each and every time we come to the mat. We don't worry too much about anything else, about what's going on with the people next to us, if we have anyone next to us. Hands are going to come out wide. On an inhale, we'll shift our gaze to our right shoulder, peeling it away from the earth. On the exhale, we'll shift now towards the left, circling that one. Making our way with our own little spinal wave up into a wide cobra. Inhaling, finding our center now. And then exhale, lowering down. We plant the hands. We shift back to downward facing dog. Feet are going to come together. We'll keep our feet hips width apart to begin. We'll take a couple of breaths here in our first downward facing dog. Taking a look at our hands, fingers are spread wide, pressing into every square inch of the earth. We're looking for that straight line from the heel of the hand up to the hips. So we bend the knees as much as we need to find that line. And then we can begin from there to extend the heels down towards the earth. But we only go as far as we can keep that straight spine, shoulders are pulled down away from the ears. Not too much arching in the back, hiding the heels from your vision. Maybe shifting the hips side to side, taking any kind of rock motion that your body needs today. And feet will step together, big toes touch the center line. Taking alternating leg lifts to begin. Putting our weight into our right foot. Inhale, left foot begins to slide to the back of the mat, keeping the legs straight. It extends off of the earth. Hips are square, toes and knees face the earth. Exhale, left leg lowers down. Weight comes into that foot, and then inhale, right leg slides back, up. Whole length of the breath for this. On an exhale, we draw the knee in and across the body. We shift forward, coming into our plank position here. Right knee comes across to the left elbow. Inhale, we extend into our three-legged dog. And then exhale, we shift forward again, pressing into the back toes, finding our lunge position, our Anjaneyasana. This left knee will lower down. We untuck the toes here, coming to our lunar lunge. Inhale, arms reach forward and up, finding stability in our base. Before we rise, on an exhale, this left hand will root down. Right arm continues to circle, finding a gentle twist. On an inhale, we're going to turn that right foot out. You can bend the knee out to the side. This right arm reaches overhead. So we're really pressing that knee out to the side and extending along our right side waist. On an exhale, just sweep that arm across the horizon. The upper body can follow as much as feels comfortable. Inhale, arm extends, really pressing out away from that hip joint. And exhale, coming across. Do this one more time. Inhale. Taking some pulsations this first round. Exhale, we'll walk that foot in, setting up our base again, nice and strong. Adductors pull in towards one another. Inhale, rising up, finding our lunar crescent pose. Exhale, prana mudra, elbows out wide, arms so wide you can't see them in your peripheral. Clasping hands behind us, right thumb on top. Inhale, shoulders spread, lifting the heart, and exhale, we draw that right thumb down the back of the left thigh. Gaze can tip up. Inhale, we extend the arms up, finding that crescent again. Exhale, we frame the front foot, planting that back foot. Inhale, right leg extends back. Taking your vinyasa. I'm not going to go through too many options today. Let everyone choose their own adventure. I'm going to go through this knees down. So my hips shift forward, one straight line, a danda, staff from the knees out the crown of the head. Exhale, elbows pull in tight, in whichever manner you choose to lower to the earth. Chest, hips, knees all touch down at once. Inhale, we can find baby cobra, cobra. Wherever we are, we're relaxed across our collarbones. Shoulder heads are pulled in and down. Exhale, lower into the earth. Tucking the toes, shifting back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Feet come together. Weight in that left foot. Inhale, right leg extends back, just naturally floats. Exhale, right leg lowers, takes the weight. Inhale, left leg. Hips are square, that toes facing the earth. Exhale, we shift forward, bringing that knee across the body towards the right elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog, bring that extension. Exhale, drawing the knee in through, pressing through the back toes, shifting forward, planting that left foot. Right knee lowers down. Untuck the toes, finding our base, our strength. Inhale, arms reach up. Lunar lunge. Exhale, right hand, find the earth. Left arm continues, finding a gentle lunge. Inhale, we turn those toes out. We extend the arm overhead. You can bend into the elbow if you'd like. Exhale, we trace across the horizon. Inhale, rising up. Enjoying just this vinyasa with your upper body. Noticing where the movement feels sticky. And just sending that breath to any of those places. One more time, inhaling, extending along that lateral stretch. Exhale, walk that foot back in, finding our base. Inhale, rising up for a lunar crescent. Exhale, prana mudra, arms out wide, feeling this lift, this float at the heart, left thumb on top. Inhale, shoulders spread, heels of the hands come together, arms extend. Exhale, drawing that thumb down the back of the leg. Releasing, inhale, arms extend up. Exhale, framing that front foot, back toes tuck. Inhale, left leg extends back. Your vinyasa, your adventure. We exhale to make our way to the earth, through knees, chin, chest. We go through that child's pose variation. On the inhale, we find our unique opening. Making our choice each and every time we come to this position, your vinyasa. Feet come together, direct path this time. Weight in that left foot. Inhale, right leg extends up. Maybe turning the toes out to the side, but drawing that right shoulder in. If you do so, exhale. Drawing that knee across, feeling your strength, pressing into the hands. Maybe rolling onto the tips of those back toes. Inhale, right leg extends. Exhale, drawing in and through, Anjaneyasana. Finding your roots. If you want to drop that knee down, you're welcome to, or we can keep it up. Inhale, reaching forward, rising up, crescent. Exhale, left hand finds the earth, right hand continues, gentle twist. Inhale. Now that right foot will turn out to the side. We're going to find the edge of that right foot. This left heel will drop to the left. So now we're on the outer edges of both feet. Toes are turned to the right. Inhale, arm reaches overhead. Exhale, we find that drape across the horizon. Inhale, finding that extension on that right side waist. On an exhale, we drop that right hand, we turn the feet back to normal. On an inhale, we continue turning the feet now to the left side of our mat. It's a little tricky, but we'll get it. So now we're in this wide-legged forward fold. Finding center. On the exhale, we bend into the left knee, the back of our mat. You can shift your gaze towards the front. Inhaling up through center. Exhaling right, Skandasana. One more time towards the back of the mat with your breath. Exhale to lower down. Inhale, finding your way back to the front. Either knee stays up high or low. We set our roots, finding crescent. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, arms out wide. Clasping the hands, right thumb on top. Inhale, spreading the shoulders, extending the arms. Exhale, finding that drawing down the back of the leg. Releasing with strength. Inhale, arms extend. Exhale, hands frame that front foot. Inhale, right leg extends back. Your choice. Always welcome to switch it up each and every time we come to vinyasa. Love to remind everyone there are no commitments in yoga except to show up. Honor where you are. Downward facing dog, right foot steps to center. Inhale, left leg extends back. The opening to the side, upper body stays as it is. Exhale, left knee draws across. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, Anjaneyasana. Inhale, arms rise up. That knee can go down or stay up high. Exhale, right hand plants. Finding this twist. Here we rotate the feet on the inhale. Toes to the left. Outer edges of the feet. Left arm extends overhead. Exhale, drawing across. This can be a lot of weight in that right wrist. So try and put more weight into the feet, or you can come up onto the fingertips. You can come down onto the elbow if you need. Inhale one more time, finding that extension. Exhale, releasing, turning back to the feet. Inhale, we rotate the feet now in the other direction. Toes to the right. Finding our Prasarita Padottanasana for a moment. And then exhale, bending into that right knee. Skandasana. Inhaling up through center. Exhaling, other side. If you want to begin to lift the toes off of the earth, maybe free the arms. your body, your practice. Exhale, making your way to the front of the mat. Setting up for crescent. Knee down, knee up. Inhale, wherever you are, we set those roots before we rise. Exhale, prana mudra. Left thumb on top. Inhale, arms set, shoulders spread. And then exhale, we shift, open. Inhale to release with strength. Don't forget about pressing evenly into both feet. Exhale, hands frame that front foot. Your vinyasa. Inhale, legs extend back. Exhale to lower with strength. Whole breath. You only touch down at one time when the lungs empty. Inhale to rise up. And I'll have our little extra challenges that we have to deal with. Right now, mine is my mat moving around constantly on this carpet. Carpet's more challenging to practice on, so don't forget that. Feet come together, go through that one more round. Inhale, right leg rises, extends. Exhale, knee comes across nice and strong, finding that strength. Inhale, leg extends. Exhale, setting up for a lunge. Knee down, knee up, your choice. Root set before we reach forward. Inhale, rise. Exhale, left hand plants. Right arm continues to twist. We rotate the feet, toes to the right. Inhale, right arm extends up. Exhale, cross the body just one time this round. Inhale for our full extension. Exhale, this time quicker, sending that right arm through. We rotate the toes around the other side and settle into that back knee. Nice inhale, coming up through center. Exhale to that front leg. Your version of Skandasana, wherever you'd like to be. Gazes to the front of the mat now, and we find our way, crawling our way forward, setting up our lunge, nice and strong. Back heels above the ball of the foot, engaging that right booty. Inhale, reaching forward, rising up, crescent. Exhale, prana mudra. Settling in further into our base, our legs, right thumb on top. Inhale, shoulders pull away. And exhale, tipping back. Releasing nice and controlled. Inhale, arms extend. Exhale, find the earth. Inhale, setting up. Exhale, lowering down. Chaturanga if you'd like. If you're going through that, making sure we don't overextend the rotator cuffs so we find that hover in our 90-degree position. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, don't worry. Just forget it all. Right foot steps to center. Inhale, left leg extends. Finding that opening, left shoulder ankles down. Exhale, finding that across the body motion. Nice and strong, pulling that knee up as much as you can. Inhale, extend. Exhale, finding our lunge. Roots set. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, right hand finds the earth. Gentle twist. Inhale, rotate the feet. Toes to the left. Left arm extends high. Exhale, one time across the body. Inhaling, finding that extension. And then exhale, we rotate around the feet. That left hand threads through. We shift all the way to the back of the mat. Toes are to the right. We're in our Skandasana. Inhaling up through center. Exhaling, bending to the front knee. One more time to the back. Shifting that gaze forward. Make our way to the front. Setting those roots one more time. Crescent. Inhale, nice and strong, pressing evenly into the feet. Exhale, heart lifts through prana mudra. Inhale, finding that opening. And then exhale, coming just a little bit deeper. Inhale, arms extend. Exhale, framing that front foot, your vinyasa. Shoulders down, relaxed. And whichever chest opening we've chosen. And then meeting in our downward facing dog, just for a moment, taking any movement that you need, any stillness. On an inhale, heels will lift up high. And on an exhale, we'll drop the knees down towards the earth, finding that little hover for a moment. Here, we'll hold it if we can and just do a couple of shoulder shrugs. So spreading the fingers wide, think about pressing away from earth, pressing out that shoulder joint. And then on an exhale, we settle in. It's just a really small movement in and out of these shoulder joints. You can take a peek at the head of your shoulders, making sure that we're not arched in, nice and strong, wide. And then we'll go ahead and lower the knees down. Pressing the hips back towards the heels. On an inhale, we'll lift the hips up, coming into a knee stand. We'll revisit this arm movement that we began class with. So on an inhale, arms extend up. Just finding any motion that feels good. On an exhale, they trace down, finding that circular line across the body. At the same time, we shift back. So knees at the crown of the head. Stay straight on an inhale. Rising up. Exhale, lowering down. Let's have toes tucked to begin. With the breath, strong. Shifting back as much as you like. This time, we'll add that twist as we come across. So we'll bring that right arm across the body. That left hand can go behind. You can either stay with this, or if you want to find connection with that left hand to the hip or to the heel. Then on the inhale, this right arm will circle behind and around. Exhale to release. Inhale, both arms extend up. Exhale, shifting back, making that connection with the right hand to the hip, maybe that foot. Inhale, left arm now comes across. Exhale, you can either continue that circle or just retreat back, retrograde back, where you just were. Inhale. Exhale, shifting back, twisting now. Left hand comes to that left side, foot. Inhale, finding your opening. Exhale, calming out. Inhale, hips rise, arms extend. Exhale, twisting towards the right. Right hand connects. Inhale, left arm sweeps back behind you, lifting through the chest, shifting the hips forward. And exhale to release. Go ahead and release fully this time into Balasana, or child's pose. So knees can be out wide or they can be together, whatever floats your boat in this moment. Arms can be overhead. They are. You want to do a little circling of the wrists, making fists, bringing the knuckles in towards one another and then out. You'll be finding a figure eight motion, anything that your body's asking for. We tap in, we listen, give it what it needs. And on an inhale, rise back up, finding ourselves in tabletop and then tucking the toes. Exhale, shifting into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Just a couple of breaths here in this resting pose. I remember starting yoga, having my teacher say this will eventually become your resting pose. And my mind was freaking out at that moment. And sure enough, after all the time put in on the mat, feels like a really beautiful rest, gentle place for my body to be, a place that it wants to be. Go ahead and bring our feet together, the center line. Grounding through those left toes, left ball of the foot. Inhale, right leg slides to the back. Can really open up to the side now, maybe even bending into that leg, but upper body stays square. We draw that right shoulder in, openings in the lower body. Exhale. Coming across the body, this time left heel drops to the center line. We extend that right leg, fallen triangle. Inhale, left arm extends up towards the sky. Exhale, left hand drops down. On an inhale, we draw that right leg back in, finding our one-legged plank position. This right leg bent, sole of the foot facing up. On the exhale, this left heel drops to the side. Right foot steps behind that left leg. Finding our base, shoulder stacked right above the heel of the left hand. Inhale, right arm extends towards the front of the mat. Maybe finding a big circle, opening into wild thing. Hips are lifted. And exhale, we rotate over that left foot. Right hand finds the earth, drawing that knee in and through Anjaneyasana. We did it. We made it. Setting up our roots here. Pressing evenly to both feet. Hips are square, drawing our core, drawing our root in. Inhale, rising up. Bringing crescent. This time on the exhale, both hands come across our left side. So we're coming into a twist here, Parivrtta Anjaneyasana. If you want to stay, if you like holding poses, stay here. If you want to pulse with me to find a deeper state, inhale, we rise back up. Exhale, both hands sweep across that left elbow and begin to tuck in on the outside of that right knee. One more time, and then we'll all settle in, testing our balance. If you want the knee to be down, that is a beautiful variation to find. So now settling in a place that feels good to you. If you want to grab a bind, go for it. If you want to work towards a bind, we bring the back of the hand to the lower back. Maybe it can even come around to that opposite hip. I love to bring this left hand to the inside of my right shoulder and really help open up. Shifting the gaze off of the ground now to test our balance. Maybe even up towards the ceiling. One more big inhale here. Exhale, releasing with control. Hands come to the inside of that foot. Back knee lowers. The toes turn out to the side. Planting this left hand on an inhale, right arm reaches forward. And exhale, it's going to extend back towards the back of the mat. Do this one more time. Inhale, finding that circular motion, really feeling it into that right hip joint. And here we'll find some sort of connection. So either the arm can be extended back, it can come to your hip, this right arm, or if you want, you can bend into that left knee, maybe find connection to the outer edge of that foot. But wherever we are, you can even find that opposite hip if you'd like. We're just going to take an upper body pulsation. So if we have the leg, we're incorporating the quadricep and stretch. But on an inhale, wherever you are, we press away from the earth. We open up, drawing that right shoulder blade back and in. And on the exhale, we keep that openness. So we bend into this left elbow and wave our spine down to the earth. Head is the last thing to drop. Inhale, open up. Exhale to lower. Breath guides our way. A nice fluid motion. We're not rushing the end. One more time. Exhale, releasing, framing that front foot. Placing the hands, back knee lifts. Inhale, right leg extends back. And either knees down or finding this plank position. Whole length of the breath to lower all the way to the earth. Eyes of the elbows point forward so that when we bend, the elbows can go straight back behind us. Checking out the shoulder heads, making sure that they're staying nice and engaged in place. Coming all the way down. You can walk the knees and hips out away from you. On an inhale, rise up, bending the knees. Soles of the feet reach up to the ceiling. Exhale, releasing down. Either continuing with that, if you want to go in for Dhanurasana, grabbing the ankles, you're welcome to. We do that. We try and keep the knees in line with the hips so we don't allow them to splay out. If you have the ankles, pull the feet away from you, trying to keep the knees down towards the earth. So it's not so much lift of the lower body, it's lift of the upper body. Exhale to release. Bring one cheek to the earth. Go through this one more time. Your option if you want to go through any of the places we've been earlier. All levels class. So I'm just giving options for everybody. Planting the hands. Shifting back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Right foot steps to center. Inhale, left leg. Rises up. And exhale, it draws across the body, extending the leg, right heel drops towards the center, finding our base, our strength in this right arm. Inhale, fallen triangle, left arm is our base, right arm extends up. Exhale, right arm lowers, begin to roll onto the ball of that back foot. Inhale, finding our one-legged plank, sole of the left foot up to the sky. Exhale, right heel drops to the outside. We drop that left foot behind the right leg, finding our base now on our right side. Inhale, our wild thing, Ardha Vasisthasana. Nice. On an exhale, draw that knee in and through, finding our crescent lunge. Finding our strength. We're stronger than we think. If you feel tired, it's okay. And exhale, both arms across the left side now. Either staying here or continuing with this vinyasa, this movement, this pulsation before we settle in. Breath leads the way. We enjoy the journey of each breath. All three parts, beginning, middle, end. And then settling in wherever you would like here. Going for that bind if you want. Sometimes this left side can be a little more difficult. And also we tend to rush because our body knows where we're going. We just want to get there, but the biggest challenge is to give both of our sides the same amount of preparatory time. One big inhale here. Exhale, release, hands come to the center of that back knee, drops. Inhale, left arm reaches forward, and exhale, just traces towards the sky and behind us. And finding your place. Oh, I think we did this one more time. Inhale. Yeah. And then maybe finding a place to hold this left hand, hip, opposite hip, back foot. Inhale. Open. Exhale, waving towards the earth. Releasing the head and then rounding as we rise up. Exhale, releasing. Control. Walking that left foot in. Hands press the earth away. Right knee lifts. Inhale, left leg extends back. Knees can be down or up. Making sure that the hips are right in line with the shoulders and heels, and then lowering all the way to the earth. Elbows pull in. They should brush the sides of our ribs. Help us slow down. Chest, hips, quads touch down at one time. Coming in towards Shalabhasana, Dhanurasana. If you want to grab the inside of the heels, you're welcome to. Inhale, rising up. Pulling the heels away from us. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, coming up. One more time. I'll offer a little option to play here. If you feel comfortable, you can begin to shift side to side. Maybe coming up, building a little more momentum in order to roll over onto one shoulder. If we have the ankles hooked, and then coming back up through center, finding that shift, weight side to side again, enough momentum, holding our base, knees still hips width apart, back up through center. Whew. Releasing here. Just taking a full breath to release. Noticing where the mind goes immediately when we're challenged. Sometimes it's challenged with poses, sometimes it's challenged with stillness. And then begin to press up. We're just going to make our way onto our backs now. So any way that you'd like, if you're going through, working on jump through, send it, your practice. And we'll extend the legs out away from us, bringing the hands just behind us. Fingertips are in towards the hips. Feet can be together here. Flexing the toes to begin with, taking a big inhale. And on an exhale, we press the hands into the earth and begin to lift the hips. Rising up, pulling the shoulder blades back together, spreading through the collarbone. And that neck is just an extension of the spine. Lowering back down. Rising up on the next breath. And lowering. Do this one more time. Holding if you'd like. If you can send those toes down to touch the earth. Think about pulling the adductors in, engaging the glutes, lifting the hips up just a little bit higher. And lowering down. And we are running out of time, of course. The 60 minutes is not enough, but we've been prepping, we've been working on opening everything that we need, our gateways to our spine, shoulders, hips for a full wheel. So I'm going to talk us through that. I'll be referring to the feet, and either you can have the shoulders on the ground through bridge, setu bandha, or if you want to go into full wheel, you can bring the hands in. So I'll try and talk us through both of those at the same time. For bridge, palms of the hands are going to be down on the earth. And we'll press the lower back into the ground so that the hips rise up. We're going into Dhanurasana bridge. Palms, fingertips face in towards the shoulders. For both of them, feet are hips width apart, nice and grounded. We have this tendency to turn our toes out. So we think about what feels like this almost duck foot position. And then here we'll press our weight, our hands into the earth so that we can begin to lift the hips peel away from the earth. Bring the top of the head, the crown of the head to the earth, and you can readjust the hands here. Then you can press all the way into the earth. Think about shifting the shoulders forward as if we're going, as if there's a wall right in front of us. We want to press our chest up against the wall. Again, knees are hips width apart, drawing those adductors in, pressing through the hips. And if you're in bridge or this wheel position, I'm going to try to bring our feet into touch. And we'll release one leg at a time. So first pressing into that right foot, grounding to the earth, and then beginning to just lift that knee. It floats away from the ground. And then exhale, we can maybe extend that leg all the way up. If you have it up, it's a hard one. You can't tell. We try to hold, flexing the foot, and pointing the toes. Lowering down. If you want to take a break between sides to lower down, we tuck the chin in, the shoulders, tops of the shoulders touch down the earth. And then we just slowly allow the spine to come down vertebrae by vertebrae. We hold off on drawing the knees in until the very end. So we'll just go through one more round wherever you are. If you're in Satupanda, we can draw the shoulders in towards one another. It's really nice to take 3 rounds, so hopefully while I've been talking through this, you've been able to do so. But if you're going into wheel with me again, placing the hands, feet, hips, knees, coming to the crown of the head, walking the hands in just a teeny bit more and then pressing into the earth. Again, shoulder, chest, shift forward, lifting through the hips. Feet come together. Now grounding into that left foot. Inhale, knee can bend. This in itself is such a powerful position. Maybe finding that extension. If that leg is out here, that's totally fine. Think about drawing that heel straight up away from you. Coming up onto the tippy toes, lower, tucking that chin in. Nice, gently controlled. Lower down to the tops of the shoulders. And then feet are out wide, knees come in towards one another. One hand on your chest, one hand on your belly. Back bend, such a beautiful pose. It incorporates, or wheel incorporates both a back bend and an inversion. So we get that heart opening to all new possibilities, plus the shift of perspective. On an inhale, we'll extend the arms overhead, feet can extend away. On an exhale, we'll draw this right knee in towards the right underarm. Next breath, knee draws across the body, coming in to a gentle twist. You can make any adjustments that you need. I like to have both shoulders flat on the earth. Right arm can extend out away. First gazing up to the ceiling, and then exhale, shift that gaze across the right hand. I am getting a little low on time, so just walk us through a couple of more counter poses for our practice. Inhaling to release. Exhale, right leg lowers. Inhale, left leg comes in. Exhale, left knee comes across the body. Making those adjustments. Using the breath and even these static positions on an inhale, we think about the spine extending long, straight. And the exhale, we deepen this twist. Length on the inhale, depth on the exhale. Exhale to release. We'll come into halasana. Great counter pose. If you don't want to do halasana, if you don't want to send your feet over your head, you can just come up to seated and take a forward fold. But we did so much opening, back bending today, so our counter will be halasana. Palms of the hands press into the earth. Feet extend up towards the ceiling on an inhale, and exhale, we press the hands in, sending our feet overhead, hips lift off the weight. It's important to keep the gaze straight up for this, so don't turn the head in this position. If you need to take a look at me, just come on out. But try and walk the shoulders in as much as you can. You can keep the hands as they are, elbows can bend, and hands can come to the lower back. If your feet don't touch the ground, you can come out and maybe put a little prop behind you, or come up close to a couch so that your feet can rest on something. Finding your full breath here. You want to go into shoulder stand if it's in your practice already. You're welcome to. I don't have time to walk us through that today. But if you're not set up with blankets, it's really nice to keep a bend at the hips so that we're not putting too much pressure onto our neck. So instead of stacking all the way straight up, just keep this little bend. Wherever you are, just accepting that. Not just accepting, but being proud. If you're holding back for some reason, be proud of that. No shame. And then slowly lowering, releasing. If you're coming out, we'll just lower our hands to the earth, press away from the ground so that we can lower with strength all the way out. If you went into shoulder stand, we'll take Matsyasana, fish pose, as a counter there for neck. Otherwise, you can take happy baby or just set yourself up for Shavasana. I'll get you all in there, and then it'll be up to you to enjoy it, stay, and then slowly get yourself out. I do just ask that as you come out of Shavasana, no matter how long it is, even if it's 30 seconds, just come back to a seated position, a place to be calm, to close the eyes, reconnect with the breath. Just take that body scan, notice how you feel after your practice. But let's get set up for Shavasana. You've earned it. So bundle up, grab a blanket if you'd like. We try and keep the space behind the head clear, so not too much of padding. If there's a ponytail, we just get rid of it. Tucking the shoulders one underneath at a time. Arms are out wide, palms face up, legs extended away. Feet can be out wide, at least hips width apart. Feet are relaxed, splayed out to the side, all 10 toes, all 10 fingers completely relaxed. Maybe shifting the gaze side to side, taking the next 3 breaths to settle in, feeling your body just melt further into the earth. Your practice settle in to your body, to your bones. Taking that scan. If you find any tension anywhere, bring the breath there and release. Making sure there's no tension in the jaw, the space behind and between the eyes. Finding a place of stillness, relaxation, and allowing breath to flow naturally. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Enjoy your Shavasana.